Well, I started out very early as an artist, actor, kid actor, from church. Then I got into secondary school. Drama was big in my secondary school. We joined the choral group to the Dramatic Society, rose in there, and I had a principal that was very, very involved in dramatic work. He used to write, Pastor D.O. DGN, and from his writing, I started cutting my teeth as a director from school. When plays are written, I am able to interpret the script. That found me very early in life, very, very early, from 3, from 4. I could effectively interpret a script, and people are happy with the outcome on set. While still in the secondary school, we used to hold drama festival, which I didn't even know what we're doing. We invite students from other schools to come in and see what we're doing. And it was quite huge, supported by, we create set, we build set. All that experience I was garnering from my church, I bring them to experiment in school, because we had a big director in church by some guy called Clement Onotola. So then Andrew Sawa, who plays a lot, DGN member Andrew Sawa, who plays a lot as an actor, I was inspired by what he was doing, and I also wanted to become like him. So whenever I see a play being executed in church, with all it turns out elaborate, Jesus of Nazareth, the birth of Jesus, and all of that, I go through it. When I come to school, I experiment them. From there on, I think the job just found me. I got on radio. I was part of a storytelling program on NTA. I'm trying to remember the name of this thing. It was quite popular for young kids then. We were Anima, Tales by Moonlight. I was part of Tales by Moonlight. So they were getting me really fascinated by camera work. Then I got involved in NTA dramas, Bender Broadcasting Service, Youth Scene, Youth Renewal, folk songs. All these were programs we were getting. Then Variety Time on radio. Of course, I got my break with Evangel Theatre, 1991. Evangel Theatre was produced like Mount Zion, and I was directing them on TV. So, but my first romance with drama started was 1998, when I was assistant director. Even as that was the year I was doing secondary school. As a student, I was named as assistant director to a film production called The Besotted. One certain Mr. Bronco, who came like a spirit man, said from Niger. He was in Benin. He wanted to do film, and we helped him in the production. He chose me as his assistant director. And since then, we've not looked back. Mahatma Gandhi. I got inspired very greatly because he was a master of epic. He was a realist. And he migrated from Broadway so I could liken myself to him in a very broad way, because he was a theater artist. He was on Broadway as an actor, and I became a filmmaker. So my story, I could like it to him, and that gave me that interest. So Richard Attenborough, then James Cameron. I watched making of. I saw that James Cameron direct just like us. He goes off the script. He moves the actors. He did that, and then I started also collecting materials about him, and I saw what the Arnold Schwarzenegger wrote about him, and that also connected with me because I'm actor's director. They say artistic director, though I concentrate a lot in trying to make the actors play whatever role they are playing for successful acting, and it was like that. My breakthrough project was yesterday. Thank God I met Andy Amenechi here. When I shot yesterday, a very unique story. As at the time, I was dealing on what I call the 3 issues that were then bedeviling the African woman. Looking at the issue of rape, look at the issue of female circumcision, genital mutilation, I was looking at widowhood rights. I called them the 3 social cultural gang up against the woman of Africa. To have thought about these kind of ideas at that time, 1996, 97, I just wanted to make something different. And I was also for the first time employing the first person narrative approach, technique, to present the film. To a lot of people, they say stage, yeah, that will work, but for a film, how? But we did it. We did it with yesterday, and it had a resounding success. I was at Cover Studio editing, and the manager walked in. So I was sitting down with the editor, Ahmed Fule Ume. And he entered and said, a particular scene was being edited. And the shot was fantastic. I call it a lumbar drop, light breaking through a door into a dark hall. He created that way. When the manager saw this, he said, who directed this? Who shot this? I was scared. Because I was very small. And I was doing huge giant, walked into the hall, asking who directed this. And I said, I said, this is good. Man! It was a breakthrough for me. And I mean, it was huge as a director. He told me this is good. I said, but we don't make a move. And honestly, after yesterday, we have not looked back. Number one, I'm a realist. Any story I am going to attack, what I look out for is how realistic will the audience take this? How believable will it appear? That's my first point of call. That's my first examination. If the story doesn't appear convincingly realistic for me, I'm not going to touch that story. So, any work, put it like this, any work I cannot immerse myself into, I cannot be part of that work, no matter the allure of money or whatever thing. So I like being part, soul, body, and spirit, because I'm a spiritual director. I want to make sure my spirituality connects with the story I want to tell. If not, it's difficult for me to interpret. So that's always my approach. I always look at my movie from a realistic point of view, from a possible point of view, from an acceptable point of view. These are the things I put into consideration before I get into any work. I have worked with thousands of producers. I allow them, when the script is brought, I call them to say, what is your take on this? I allow them to espouse all they can say. Then I say, okay, this is how I see, this is my interpretation. I always make sure that there's a marriage between my interpretation of a script and that of the producer to avoid conflict. I will not call him. When I was making the film, August Meeting, a particular artist I know I've exhausted all the tricks in the world, couldn't still get what I wanted. In frustration, I walked into a forest. Man, the business of directing is too spiritual. I tried to do this like this, do that, do this and do that. In frustration, I walked into the forest. I didn't know when my crew ran into the to look for me to bring me out of the forest or the frustration. I can never forget that. I was shooting August Meeting too. In all areas, professionalism. I just finished an acting masterclass with DGN Lagos. The artists need to understand what they need to bring onto the table. Very important. The government, the environment we find ourselves is still not conducive for the business of filmmaking. We'll be magicians. The lack of adequate funds and the unstructured marketing and return on investment environment makes it even worse. We can do better. Honestly, we can produce better. Honestly, we can churn out better works if the environment and the situation was pleasant enough. But right now, it's just the survivor of the fittest. Whenever you get a job as an upcoming director, and I artists, some seasoned artists to stand in front of you. That's a great support. Because sometimes some artists will say, no, they cannot, I don't know this, I can't stay in front of this one as a director. But the fact that every day they are new individuals. You see some, they were costumier. You see some, they were property man. You see some, they were cameramen. You see some, they were continuity. All of them becoming director and being accepted shows there's reception and growth. Oh, look at what DGN has become. You can ask for more. Come on. There's this cohesion. There's this oneness. There's this, I have a brother. There's this, please look at my situation. Let's share. There's this shoulder to lean on. There's this togetherness. Because in unity, we stand. Divided, we fall. It's very important that as practitioners, we become a member of a guild that collectively enhance our practice. Is the ideal thing to do. I think they should understand the dynamics of acting. Have a little knowledge of everything. Lighting, the functionality of the camera. But above it all, they must have enough of human management skills. Because that's what it is. So you're going to manage both man and machine. When the machines are performing optimally and the man is not functioning, what do you do? So the skills of human management is essential and very core to the development of an artist. I will be acting. Because while here, you can see and feel the power and strength of men behind the camera. Get to America. Of late, when we started, what's it called? BTS. The work of the director behind set, they are not giving enough credit. They are not giving financial credit enough. They are not giving even credit for the sake of credit enough. The society does not even recognize, outside very few. How many directors today can people call their name conveniently? In Nigeria, it's not to 5. It's not to 5. Like, oh, I know Lancelot. Oh, I know Kunle. I know Kemi Adetuwa. I know, that's it. Please, you can respond to this once, but there are seasoned directors doing fantastically well that the system has not been able to create an opportunity for them to get the recognition that they deserve. I think that we need to look into that. Well, number one, message that I distinguish between determination and desperation. Choose determination. Study to get yourself approved. A workman that needs not to be ashamed. Go for workshop. Learn. Above it all, connect. You can have somebody's phone number, but you don't have the person's contacts. So then pick your mentor. Pick your mentor. You don't just operate in isolation. Pick your mentor. Oh, some of them, you see them, oh, sir, I really admire your work. You are my mentor. I say, how? What effort have you put in to say, okay, let me even go to the set of this man and get more inspired? Then again, young people should learn to serve. In service, there's worth. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Governor, Ambassador Dr. Lancelot Oduwa Imasuen. I'm screaming out here live from the DGN studio right in Surulere, Lagos. And it's been hot. Big up DGN, big up the executive. DGN, we don't come, the future is here.